Well, hello everybody, and welcome to week 5 of National Masturbation Month. We've made it, hopefully with minimal chafing. This is the end, friends, the last week where I watch a film from my collection that has explicit sex in it and tell you all about it. I was originally only going to do 4 weeks because I could only think of 4 films in my collection that had explicit sex. Then I remembered Battle Can Can. You know, I remember almost nothing about this movie. I honestly don't remember if the sex is explicit or not. I'm pretty sure it has sex in it. It does say absolutely not for children on the top. Uncut and uncensored for mature audiences only, absolutely not for children. Warning, this program contains scenes of nudity, sexual situations, and violence. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. For sale to adults 18 or over only. Unrated and uncensored. All characters depicted in sexual conduct... Sorry, it's really, really small print. All characters depicted in sexual conduct or in the nude are aged 19 years or older. It's a cartoon, who cares? No actual or identifiable minor was used in the creation of any characters depicted herein. Okay. Yeah. Do any of these very, very, very 80s anime designs look like anyone you know? Whatever. Anyway, Battle Can Can. I had forgotten about this movie. The only thing I remember about this movie is the entire reason I bought it. And that reason is dildo bombs. Yes. Dildo bombs. What is a dildo bomb, you ask? It's exactly what you think it is. It goes off when you do. I don't know where I read a review of this sucker back in the day, but I read Dildo Bombs and I said, okay, yep, this is something I have to see. So I bought it, I seed it, and I have since completely forgotten everything about it other than the fact that it has dildo bombs. So let's read the back of the box and see if the description jogs my memory at all. Let me turn towards the light. All right. Prepare to be blown into space. Sophia, Diane, Jill, Marina, Lily. These are the femme fatales of the Battle Can Can. They are on a mission to recover the cosmic firefly, a priceless stolen artifact that they would do anything to get their hands on. Unfortunately, a vicious band of lustful space pirates is also after the Firefly, and they plan to stop our heroines using all of their strength, cunning, and tentacles. Shit. Oh, we got tentacles. Come watch. Come watch the girls go for it, get it, and get down as they dispatch the enemy, have sex with aliens, and confront a traitor from within. Spoilers. No, that's not jogging my memory. So, tentacle plus anime girls equals... Yeah. Let's watch. Ooh, doggy, am I glad that was only 30 minutes long. I better talk about it fast because, like the first time, this is going to leave my memory really quickly. Battle Can Can is not good in really any respect. Some of the really cheesy 80s designs are kind of fun in a retro, nostalgic, kitschy type of way. But that's really all it has going for it. Um, it just sucks. There's really, it just sucks. It doesn't even make any sense. Let me see if I can try and walk you through the movie. So, there are pirates, and space pirates, and space pirates are bad. Okay. So there's a cruise or something in space, and the pirates come in, and I guess they're robbing the place, but they're like, hey, let's rape some of the ladies at the party. And they do. And the music that the show decides to play is really up and bouncy and carnival-esque. Like, da 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 la la da 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 la la da da da, rapey, 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 rapey. And it's like, well, that's tonally discordant. It's kind of like Wes Craven's Last House on the Left, how it's just juxtapositioning the awful rape and murder of the two young girls with the bumbling police officers and the girl's parents, or one of the girl's parents, who are like baking a cake, and you're like, what? Now Wes Craven actually had an intent. This feels like they just picked random clips of music, or said, hey, music person, write 3 pieces of music. No, I'm not going to give you a tone or a feel or a style or a mood or even tell you what the film's about. Just give me 3 pieces of music and I'll jam them in somewhere. So, 2 of our titular Battle Can peoples walk in wearing heavy overcoats and say, hey boys, off with the overcoats wearing skimpy undies. Wouldn't you like to rape us instead? And the men stop their raping and go, why yes, we would rather rape you instead. And they go to rape, and they start doing all the pawing and licking and stuff, and they're like, ah ha ha, we're Battle Can. And I've completely forgotten, does someone get shot? Do they get arrested? Do they get punched? I think maybe they get punched or something. I don't remember. But then Battle Can is like, Battle Can is here and we're awesome. And then it goes to the narration, Battle Can because they can, or something. Oh, and what's her name? Lily? It says here that all the characters in the show are age 19 or older. Lily looks like she's supposed to be a teenager. And she gets it the worst by far. I'll get there. So here's our setup. Our Battle Can girls are basically, I guess, like the dirty pair. They're trouble consultants. That when bad stuff goes down, you call these girls and they go solve the problem. Well, they're on downtime right now. There's nothing to do. So one's doing aerobics and the rest are watching porn. And there's a goofy robot yelling at them, you shouldn't watch porn. You're adult women who constantly have sex with other people. Why are you watching porn? I don't know. It's stupid. So the King of Space, or whoever he is, their boss calls and says, hey, this diamond jewel, firefly something? Cosmic firefly jewel, has been stolen. The space pirates stole it. Go get it. And they say, okay. So let me see if I can figure out the plan. One of the girls goes undercover as a sex show person who basically sits on stage and masturbates for an audience. Because she knows that the captain of the ship where the diamond is, don't know where they got that information, but whatever. Maybe they knew, whatever, I don't know. So she's sitting there with her hands down her pants, working her magic, winking suggestively at the captain, and it cuts and they're having sex in a bedroom somewhere. Okay, so we're going after the captain. And so they start having sex, and then he smacks her in the head, and she's like, ow, not so rough. And he says, I'm going to sick these little tentacle monsters on you, and they're going to rape you to death. And she says, no. And the little tentacle monsters rape her to death. Her heart explodes. Literally. But in her chest, doesn't explode out, but she goes, blah. And the other Battle Can-ers who are watching on a monitor, because they are, are like, oh my gosh, her heart exploded because orgasm. And then the girl whose heart exploded starts talking. I'm like, I thought her heart exploded. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be saying much after that, but you know. Uh, like one of the Space Quest games told me, I do talk a lot for a dead guy, so you never know. You're awesome if you get that joke, or that reference anyway. Um, so she says, haha, well, we already knew that the diamond was here, and I'm like, wait, well, what was the point of you seducing the guy? What? So Battle Can is already on their way, and there's this pitched battle with the ship shooting at them, and they're shooting at the ship as they drive to the ship, and the music is all wrong again. It's like, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, and you're like, what is wrong with the score? So they land on the ship and they split up into two because one of them, there's 5 of them originally, one's dead now, so 2 pairs, and they go off on their merry way, and 2 of them are ambushed by lizard men guys. And then an alarm sounds, and they're like, they must know we're here. Well, yeah, they know you're here. They were shooting at you. You were shooting at them on your approach. I guess they mean like literally in this specific area, but yeah, you were ambushed. They know you're here. So one girl gets kidnapped by the bad guy who strips her and ties her down and like, I've got a feather and I'm going to let you experience the pleasures of hell. And I'm thinking, tickle attack? No, he doesn't use the soft spot of the feather. He uses the quill and just jams it in her boobs and her belly and everywhere else. So she's got all kinds of feather. It's reverse plucking a chicken. Instead of yanking the feathers out, you stick the feathers in. Okay. So this is where the dildo bomb comes in. And he says, dildo bomb! Kersplitch? And she's like, oh, it feels so good. I can't help from coming. I'm going to take you with me. And she jumps on him and straddles him, and they both blow up. Okay, 1 down, 3 to go. So Lily, who looks the youngest, is cracking, she has the stethoscope, and she's the space stethoscope, and is cracking the safe where the diamond is held. And then she gets kidnapped, and then she gets raped by a bunch of alien things. And then a monster with a literal penis for a head, not like a regular human-sized penis on a neck. No, like a head as big as mine, just literally a penis. Which speaks up here. And he rapes her with his entire head. Headbutt rape. Well, no, head vagina rape, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, but there's 2 others, and they're also on the ship causing trouble, and the alarm sounded like, what, there's more of them? I'm really angry at you, and I'm going to rape you even harder. And his head is all covered in blood, so he like completely headbutts her. Like, at first he was being as gentle as a penis head this size could possibly be. Well, now he's being aggressive. So the 2 remaining girls, wander around, and they enter a chamber where they find Lily, who is now dead and strung upside down by her ankles, bleeding profusely from the mangled remains of her crotch. It's kind of like this a similar scene from Hostel 2. And you're like, oh, well, we're actually getting kind of gory, because up till this point there wasn't really any gore. Lots of rape, no real blood or gore, but now they're going whole hog. Okay. And so the bad guys confront them, and it's the main bad guy. Oh my gosh, it was our boss all along. It's some insurance fraud thing that he's trying to do. Haha, you girls fell for it, and now I can kill you. Question. The Battle Can group was just sitting around watching porn. If you wouldn't have told them about the diamond in the first place, they never would have bothered. They wouldn't have even known about it. They had no idea what the cosmic firefly was. This reminds me of Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. I think it's the third game. Fun game. Great characters. One of the single stupidest stories I have ever read. It's mind-bogglingly stupid, which is kind of impressive for a game that's built on logic. I guess they just had a finite amount of logic and dumped it all into the logic puzzles, and there was none left over for story. Well, from a gameplay perspective, I guess I would prefer that if there's a finite amount of logic to go around. But in that game, Professor Layton has to figure out who the bad guy is and what they're up to and how to stop them. And the only reason Professor Layton is even there in the first place is because the bad guy invited him. Why? Why are you inviting the one guy who could stop your evil plans? He would not have even known about the whole thing had you not personally sent him an invitation. I mean, that's like if you were planning to murder somebody at a dinner party and inviting Columbo to the dinner, or Jessica Fletcher, or Hercule Poirot, or Sherlock Holmes. What's wrong with you? Don't do that! Anyway, so their boss is the bad guy, and he shoots at them, but they dodge out of the way, and the bullet hits Lily, who again is strung upside down and bleeding from her mangled crotch, and her body explodes. And they're like, Lily, no. I mean, if you're gross like me, it's kind of awesome in a gruesome way, because, you know, bloody body exploding, but... So, they get into a gunfight, and a guy gets his head blown off and his eyeball pops out, and again, they're going a bit more gory than they were in the front of the show. And so it's just the two girls and their boss, and he transforms into a giant tentacly lizard penis monster who's hell bent on rape. And one of the girls says, I'll punch him in the dick nose. You blow up the place and leave. Don't worry about me. And she goes, okay. And she, not quite, but, you know, so she runs out, and the demon penis monster grabs her and rips off her clothing and starts nudging her in the crotch with his tentacly appendages, while the other one goes out and goes, Deborah, or Sophia, Diane, Jill, Marina, whatever your name is, I'm so sorry. And she hits the button and the thing starts exploding, wherever the hell they are, starts exploding. And the building kind of falls down on the penis monster, and whichever battle can that is gets away. And she starts confidently strolling out of almost the slow motion explosion behind her, kind of strutting out of the smoke, topless because she had most of her clothing ripped off. And they fly off into space and mourn their fallen friends, and probably got into no more adventures because this is stupid and no one wanted to see any more. Yeah, so horrible. If you are of the right mind and attitude, this is one of those ones that's just so amazingly off-the-wall dumb, it could be fun to watch with like-minded friends or family, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I could watch this with my sister. We'd probably get a kick out of it. Because this is a 30 minutes of WTF. Just, you're like, what? 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 You do that throughout the entire show. And it's short. It's only 30 minutes. So, yeah, that's National Masturbation Month for it. Well, I had fun. I hope you did too. I mean, that's a good way of celebrating National Masturbation Month, I think. Yeah, productive. Yeah. Certainly a lot cleaner than other things we could do. You know, it occurs to me that of the 5 movies that I watched this month, 5 movies with explicit sex, 4 of them are in a foreign language. 3 of them are cartoons. All of them have rape. Every single one. In fact, I don't think there's a single scene of consensual sex in any of these films. Except maybe the porno the girls are watching. I think it's a porno, unless they're like spying on someone. But whatever the girls are watching at the front of this film, it seems like it might be consensual. I don't think there's anything that indicates that it's not, so that kind of counts. Why do I have so many rapey things? Why are all my explicit sex films rapey? Probably because, unless you're doing a straight porno, if you have explicit sex in something, it's probably an exploitation film of some sort. That would be my guess. Because, I mean, if you're doing an actual romance or romantic comedy or romantic drama, explicit depictions of sex, sex, much as we all love it, is really gross and sticky and messy, and sex is not an attractive thing, right? It's like you watch it and you're like, ew. It just doesn't really work. I don't know. Maybe there are some examples of films that's just a really sweet, funny, romantic comedy where you see explicit shots of insertion. I don't know. Are there any films like that? Does it work? Or would you watch that and go, oh, now I'm uncomfortable? I don't know. So, happy National Masturbation Month, everybody. Was it good for you? I hope so. See you next year.